In 2004, Britney Spears launched a perfume. It sold millions. In 2026, Selena Gomez launched a perfume. And the beauty industry paid attention for a completely different reason. Because this is not the story of another celebrity fragrance. It's the story of what happens when a creator stops chasing virality and starts building a consumer empire. Rare Beauty's new fragrance arrived at a moment when the brand is no longer being treated like a celebrity side project. It's being discussed alongside some of the most valuable beauty companies in the world, and that changes the meaning of the launch entirely. The question is no longer, will fans buy it? The question is, what is Rare Beauty trying to become? To understand that, we have to go back to the beginning. When Rare Beauty launched in 2020, many people expected another influencer beauty brand. A few viral products, a strong first year, and then a gradual decline once the algorithm moved on. But Rare did something unusual. Instead of selling perfection, it sold relatability. The messaging was built around mental health, self-acceptance, and authenticity. Whether you believe every brand can truly be authentic is a separate debate. What matters is that consumers believed Rare was different from the typical celebrity beauty launch. And on social media, perception is often more valuable than intention. Then came the product that changed everything, the Soft Pinch Liquid Blush. It wasn't just popular, it became a TikTok ritual. People filmed first impressions, over-applied it on purpose, reacted to how pigmented it was, and turned a makeup product into entertainment. That's the first important shift. Rare Beauty didn't grow because of advertising. It grew because users created the advertising for free. And that created a powerful feedback loop. TikTok generated attention. Attention generated demand. Demand generated Sephora sales. Sephora sales generated credibility. Credibility generated more attention. This is the modern creator brand machine. But viral products don't automatically create lasting companies. For every Rare Beauty, there are dozens of brands that had one huge TikTok moment and then disappeared. So what did Rare do differently? It expanded distribution. Reports around the brand's growth and valuation have suggested that Rare Beauty is operating at a scale far beyond the typical influencer startup. Its retail presence became a major part of the story. And retail matters because algorithms are temporary. Shelf space is not. When a brand moves from trending on TikTok to permanently visible in Sephora and Ulta, it is converting digital relevance into physical infrastructure. That is a completely different business. And now we arrive at the fragrance launch. At first glance, fragrance seems like a natural extension, but in beauty, fragrance has a special status. Makeup changes how you look. Fragrance changes how you remember. Luxury brands have understood this for decades. Perfume is often one of the highest margin categories in beauty. It also creates a deeper emotional connection because scent is strongly linked to memory and identity. Think about the brands that truly became lifestyle brands. Chanel, Dior, YSL, Tom Ford. Fragrance is rarely the beginning of the empire. It is usually the signal that the empire is expanding. And that's why this launch matters. Rare Beauty is not just adding another product. It is testing whether its community will follow the brand beyond makeup. That is the difference between a successful product company and a successful brand architecture. A product company asks, can we sell this? A brand company asks, does this belong in our world? And that brings us to the bigger industry trend. Look across beauty right now. Fenty became a multi-category powerhouse. Rhode moved from skincare into a broader lifestyle conversation. Kylie Cosmetics evolved through multiple business restructurings. Haus Labs repositioned itself around performance and artistry. These brands are competing on products, but they are also competing on identity. Consumers are no longer just buying foundation or blush, they are buying a version of themselves. And Gen Z is especially important here. Previous generations often purchased beauty aspirationally. Gen Z purchases beauty narratively. They want to know the founder, the values, the story, the community, and the aesthetic.
I'd love to do a quick fire with you.
Okay.
Are you strapped in?
I'm ready.
First thing that comes to mind, the smell of home.
Stuffing.
Yes, okay.
Like dressing stuffing.
The scent that reminds you of childhood.
Love Spell by Victoria's Secret.
Oh, lovely. A fragrance note that you will always love.
Vanilla bean.
Yeah, nice.
It just always gives me something in a mix of fruity or woody.
Are you a fresh and clean or warm and comforting?
Fresh and clean.
Are you a signature scent, so one fragrance, or are you a fragrance wardrobe?
Unfortunately, I am very biased and I stick to one.
Yeah. Do you spray lightly or generously?
Generously.
Where do you spray your fragrance?
All over my body.
What do you like to smell on someone else?
Whatever my husband wears, I don't even know what it is.
And if this fragrance was one of your songs, what would it be?
Lose You to Love Me.
Love that.
Just because it's a new time.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Rare Beauty has been unusually strong at maintaining that narrative consistency. The packaging, the tone of voice, the campaign imagery, and Selena Gomez's public image all reinforce the same message. Approachable, emotional, and human. That consistency is difficult to maintain at scale, and it may be the brand's biggest competitive advantage. Because the real risk for creator brands is not low sales, it's identity dilution. The moment consumers feel that a brand is launching products simply because it can, trust begins to erode. So the fragrance launch becomes a strategic test. Can Rare expand without looking opportunistic? Can it become larger without feeling less personal? Those questions matter far beyond beauty. They matter to the entire creator economy. For years, creators monetized attention through sponsorships. Then they launched products. Now the most successful creators are building ecosystems. Beauty, fashion, wellness, media, and even consumer technology. Why? Because attention is rented. Ownership is compounded. A sponsored post creates income once. A successful consumer brand can create income for decades. And fragrance is especially interesting because it sits at the intersection of beauty and luxury. It has lower usage frequency than makeup, higher emotional attachment, and often stronger gifting behavior. In other words, it can introduce the brand to people who never bought the blush. That expands the customer graph. And there's another layer that most commentary misses. Fragrance is less dependent on TikTok demonstrations. You can show a blush on camera. You can't show a scent. That means the brand must rely more on storytelling, aesthetics, trust, and emotional association, which is exactly what Rare has been building since 2020. So, in a strange way, the fragrance launch may be the purest test of the brand itself. Not the product, the brand. If consumers buy a scent they cannot experience through a screen, they are buying belief. And belief is the most valuable asset in modern consumer business. But there is still a difficult question ahead. Can creator brands survive after the founder's peak relevance? History is mixed. Some celebrity brands faded as the celebrity faded. Others became larger than the founder. That is the transition every creator-owned company eventually faces. Can the business outlive the moment? Rare Beauty has not answered that question yet, but it is clearly preparing for it. Expanding categories, expanding retail, expanding emotional territory, and expanding beyond the single viral product that made the brand famous. And that's why this story is bigger than perfume. The headline is about Rare Beauty launching a fragrance, but the real documentary is about how internet fame is being transformed into long-term economic power. Selena Gomez used social media to acquire attention. Rare Beauty used retail to acquire customers. And fragrance may be the attempt to acquire something even more valuable, a place in people's identity. Because the future of creator brands will not be decided by who goes viral the fastest. It will be decided by who can turn a moment into a memory, a customer into a community, and a creator into a company. And that is what Rare Beauty is trying to become.